Hey my fellow diamond friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalikaloo on the internet, and I also go by the name of Kali, and I'm very happy that you joined me for today's video, which will be a WIP and SIP and chat actually. So I have been away for quite some time, more about that later. But WIP and SIP and chat, WIP and SIP and chat, WIP and SIP and chat, here we go. WIP and SIP and chat stands for like WIP, work in progress. I'm going to work on this project here while I'm going to be chatting about my daily life, what has happened, why I've been away, and so on. And you can join me, like either you just listen to me while I talk, or you can like work on your own project. If it's diamond painting or whatever it is, you can just join in and you can listen. And if there's like something I say that interests you, you are always free, and I'm always happy to read it. You can put down a comment down below in the comment section, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. So I'm currently working on Morgan. So this is by Micah Jelena. Sorry for the munching noise. So my Edgar, my dog, my Frenchie, he got some banana. So he's quite enjoying it and mushing alongside it. So I'm working on Morgan by Micah Jelena, and I'm up to, like, I finished her purse, and I'm like actually up here. I have done this part here, and the upper part is still left. So I would say it's more like 1/3 that is still left for me to finish. I did not put down the start date, but I started it a little bit in the first week, at the end of the first week of September. So it must have been like 10 days I'm working on it. I'm getting through it quite quickly because there are only 18 colors. And I must say I have been sick. So while I have been sick, I was not able to do much. So I was mainly reading, and when I felt well enough, I was working on my diamond painting. So this explains the little progress. But if you want to see what we've done, so I've rolled it up a little bit so you can't see the entirety. But I've worked on her dress, I've worked on her shoes as well. And we get these lovely special drills like these, what do they call them? Is it electric drills? I don't know, but I love them. For me, these are like more metallic drills, and I think that they look so nice. You also have them here, of course. So this is what I've been up to. I've finished like this whole row. It's just like this part where I'm going to work on today. That's left, and then I will move up. So I'm going to finish this probably on camera. And afterwards I will just like work, maybe cut out, open another section. We will see how it goes. So just a quick reminder as well. So this is a WIP and SIP and chat, which means that we got something to sip. I just prepared myself like a cup of Korean powder tea I received from one of my friends from overseas. So she sent me this lovely box a while ago when I was feeling a little bit down. And she sent me like this very good Korean tea. So I'm going to drink that, especially since here like in Europe, where I'm living in Luxembourg, it has been pretty cold these last few days. So we had like 20 degrees back last week, and then suddenly it dropped to like 7 degrees, 2 degrees during the night. I just woke up one morning, had to go to work, and I found that my car window was actually frozen. So it must have been really, really cold, and you can feel it. And I think it's such a good time to work on a project, like for example, diamond painting or reading or binge watching movies. So I really enjoy this kind of period where I love to go out, like have a good walk. And then when I come back home, I really feel like I deserve to stay home, and I deserve to get that me time working on some nice projects. So I'm already talking, and I have not placed a single drill. So what I'm doing as well is I wanted to show you like my pen. So I chose this pen to work on for this diamond painting, and it's from Natasha Monet, and she's like well, you can find her on Facebook, I guess. Like I always write her an email, and she just updates me on the pens she has. But this is one that I got like with the orange one I used for the autumn foxes. It's not really Halloween linked, But I really love this one. I feel it gives some really nice vibe with the green and the flowers inside. And I really wanted to try that out. I just put in like the metal tips and I'm ready to go. So let's start it. Let me put this up. So I'm already like super curious to work on this part here, because I think I've seen that the black ones that they use for this one are actually glow in the dark colors. So we will see if we get there today. I'll be working on this part here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for those guys who want to actually see why we diamond paint. I don't know if there are many of you who like to see it, but here we go. So this one is it. I'm going to work on that now. So let's start it off. I worked on it a little bit this morning before going to work. I'm just going to finish this color, like this blue color, and then I'm moving up to the black one that I forgot here. So what was it that I wanted to talk to you? Yeah, so I had promised you guys that I would do more like regular content on my videos, like I would update you more. Then I published like my unboxing of Morgan, and I felt like I had a good start. I had filmed some kit down video as well, which I have still not uploaded because I don't know if I should do like a quick forward or if I should really talk while I do this. So I have not decided on that yet, and that's why you have not yet received like this video, but it has been filmed, so I should really upload this one eventually. I also received like some of my Dreamer design canvases that I have ordered, and I would really love to share those with you on my page as well. So these, I think I will film one tomorrow, so on Tuesday, so that this one can go up like still this week. I'm currently filming this on Wednesday. I just came home from work and it's still early and I feel like in a good mood and a good place to talk to you, so I chose to do it today instead of tomorrow. So let me tell you a little bit what has been going on these last few days or weeks while I have been away. So I had planned to actually do a WIP&SIP&CHAT last week, but then I got sick. Actually, the week before, my boyfriend, he was sick and he was staying home like at our place the whole week because like he was feeling like really tired, he was sore, and his throat was hurting, he was coughing a lot, and so he had also like some fever, and he was just not like going to work for that. He was working from home because with his job that's possible. And yeah, so we were staying home and we thought, okay, it might be way soon. There are many people who are actually sick during this period. I told you guys it's getting colder here, so that's pretty normal. But then like the next day where he should go back to work, it's actually his boss who's calling. And he said, yeah, you know, there's like a lot of people who are having like the COVID again. So can you please do a quick test before you come back to work? Because like he should go see clients. And they just did not want like to contaminate everyone. So he did the test and he was like, yeah, sure, it's not COVID, but you know what? It was COVID. So he got COVID second time around, and this was a Friday, so I was testing myself as well, just like being sure, because I went to work and I did not want like to contaminate everyone there. And luckily I did not actually test positive that day. So on Friday everything was very good. And then on Saturday, I felt like my throat itching a little bit, and I was like, oh no, okay, I know where this is going to go, because this is always like, for me, the very first sign that something is up. Like when my throat hurts, either it's because it's Friday and I've talked too much throughout the week, or it's really because I've got sick. So this time around I felt really sick, and I also had like a fever, like I felt a fever coming up. On Friday, I just went, no, not Friday, on Sunday actually, we had to go vote here, because like in my country, voting is a must. Like you are obliged to go. There's no you can or you can't, like you have to go. When you are 18, you have to go. If you have like the Luxembourgish nationality, you have to go vote. Either like you just like send a letter, you have to request that though earlier, or you have to go in a place that they indicate. You often, these are schools, and then you have to go vote. So I went voting And I still felt like kind of okay. My throat was hurting. I felt a little bit hot, but like not too sick. I put on a mask nevertheless, so I went voting. And afterwards, I just came home. And when I came home, like I was saying, okay, I feel like a little bit tired. I went to sleep. And later on that day, I just did my test and it came back positive. So, of course, it was no big surprise. I was like, kind of, okay, this is it. So this is the third time that I actually got it. And I did not like get to the coughing part. So I just had my throat that was really burning. I felt like a dragon when I woke up from some nights. And even during the night, it felt so, my throat was so like a desert, actually. It was really weird sensation. And it was burning and so dry. And I had to drink a lot. And it was not even to stay hydrated, but really because my throat was hurting so much. Really weird sensation, actually. But it never got to the coughing. Like the times before when I got it, I felt like always that it was wandering from my throat to like my what do you call it in English? My lungs, actually. But this time this did not happen. And I'm happy for that, because I have been suffering ever since I got COVID the first time a lot with like my lungs that are hurting, and not getting it this time at this point, I was really happy. I have to say that I also went to see the doctor. Like I made an appointment and I told her like, hey, listen, I got COVID. Am I still allowed to come into your praxis, or do you want me like to do a video consultation or something like that? And she was like, no, you can come in. I'm not going to like take a look at your throat or such, but I will give you like the medicine, and should it really get bad, you can come back and I will have you like the last kind of client that they will see, patient. But with the medication that she gave me, it went away like pretty easily, and it never reached like my lungs, which I'm really thankful for, because like I said earlier, I was really, last time I got COVID, it really like, I don't want to say it, but it kicked my ass in the sense that I was feeling sick and this burning in my lungs for a very long time. And so I'm really happy I did not get that, but I had fever for like more or less 4 days, which was quite intense. So I stayed home the entire week. And this did really help me to recover also pretty quickly, I think. I would have dragged myself to school back after the third day. But since I still had like fever, I was like, no, I'm going to stay in. And like this, I'm not going to contaminate anyone. The only bad thing is really, which I was sad about, is because on Monday we did have like the evening where we could see like the parents for the kids that just joined school this first year, and I was unable like to see them, but I told like the main teacher that they could contact me like whenever via Teams. Like we have like this online way to contact us, and so we could fix a rendezvous if they wanted to, like a meeting, but so far no one has asked, so I think everything is fine. But yeah, I was a little bit sad about that, because I feel like it's really actually, and I always like to see the parents, so I know that a little bit more about the kids. They tell you more and you get like a little bit more of info about them or what's going on. But later on that week, we had like an online meeting between teachers and like this special stuff we have at school. Like it's a service for like kids who have special needs, in the sense of if they have like dyslexia or something like this, or other troubles. So we are talking about that. We have been talking, and it was good. So I know a little bit more about them, and I think this also helps to understand and to manage classroom. Like it's really important. But anyway, so I was staying home mainly that week, not going out, of course, because I was not allowed to do so, and I also did not feel like it. But then the weekend, I just was so happy to be finally able to go outside a little bit, get some air, walk a bit with Edgar. So my boyfriend has been doing all that for me during the week. but I was happy to get out a little bit. And so what did we do actually on Saturday? On Saturday, what did we do? We went grocery shopping a little bit, and we went book shopping. Yeah, that's something I really enjoyed. I have been reading so much during like these few days that I was like sick. I actually finished the book I was reading before, and I also started and finished a book that my colleague has been giving me. So my colleague is an English teacher, and she's super sweet, like the sweetest of all. And she gave me like one of the books that she's been reading with her class. So it's called Baba Seji's The Secret of Baba Seji's Wives. And she's a lot into like African culture, and especially her boyfriend, or her, yeah, I think it's her boyfriend. They are not yet married. But her boyfriend, he comes from Nigeria. And so she's really interested in all their culture. And so she had picked up this book and she really enjoyed it. And she kind of gave me a copy of it that she had bought too much, and I read it. And it was really, it's not like the usual kind of book that I read. It's not fantasy or anything, but it's really about culture and traditions and a critique a little bit of the society, the African society. And I really enjoyed it. It's funny and still a little bit sad. So I'm not going to tell you everything, but I just give you like the main plot and the main ideas of the text. So we have like Baba Seji, which means he's the father of Seji. And he was a man that has been like, he has his little shop, and he does not just have one wife, but he has like 4 wives. The first wife, of course, is like, I don't say the favorite one, but she's the one that has been with him the longest. So she is like the one that is actually leading the household. And then you have like the 2 other ones. So throughout the book, you get to know a little bit more about these different wives, and you see a little bit more of their character as well, because one is really docile, while the other one was like marrying him because she wanted to get kind of a revenge and to get back another life. She wanted to live another life, a better life. And then you have the last one, which is pretty young, and she's different from the other ones because she's actually scholar. And her parents were not okay with the fact that she decides to get married to a man who has already other wives. So she's like very different, and the other wives don't really like her, except for one, because she has that education. So the one is jealous, and the other is afraid that she will take away her husband. And you get to see a little bit more about how life is actually when you have a monogamous relationship. And it was really interesting to see that. And throughout the book, you understand that Baba Seji, he is not happy with his last wife because she does not bear him any kids, and that's what he's wanting. And so he does not understand why it's happening, because it can't be possibly linked to him since he has kids with all of his 3 other wives. So that's like, he's a little bit suspicious, and he decides to bring her to a medic, like hospital, to get her like checked if there's a problem with her, or if he has to send her away because she can't bear him any children. And that's actually when we understand in the book that it's not the wife who is the problem, but it's Baba Seji who's the problem, because he cannot have any kids, but he does not know that. And this does also mean that the kids he has with the other wives are not his own, which means that they cheated on him, of course, and that they have like a secret that is binding them together. And throughout the book, like they try, like the other wives, especially 2 of the 3 of them, try actually to chase her away, the last wife, in order like that the secret does not come out. And it's really funny how the story is told, how it's getting further and further, and how you have like these different points of views that you're getting, and how the story is actually revealed, because you get like to see like the points of views of the different characters. You get flashbacks from how they arrived at this time, or what made them decide to marry Baba Seji and so on. And there's, at the end, there's something tragic that's actually happening, and this brings us to the end. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's really a funny book, and also very interesting. Like I told you, this is not something that I read a lot about. I'm not really familiar with all of these African cultures. I know there are different cultures like throughout like Africa as well, so I'm not going to generalize it, but it's still like a point. It was really interesting, like just to get that point of view. Yeah, sorry, I had like to push Edgar a little bit because he was like licking his paws, and I know if you have a dog, but this can be really annoying. So he does not stop, but I'll just give him like a little something for his teeth so he can't stop with licking his paws. But yeah, that was a book that I was reading and that I really enjoyed, and I moved through it really quickly because it was not as thick. But yeah, no, so now I've talked with her, and maybe we're going to do some book club, like just like deciding on one book we want to read throughout the month, and then we will talk about it like during our courses at school. This would be very, very interesting. I would love to do something like that. I always wanted to do some book club, even if it's online or anything, just like to get a read together and then to exchange about it, especially since she knows a lot about that. Like she's very interested in African culture. I'm very interested in like everything Asian related, mostly Japanese culture, so we can exchange about that. I think this would be really interesting for both of us, and she was like willing to do it. We will just have to see how we want to do that, but I'm really looking forward to that as well. Ooh, so I don't know, I have a few drills in this kit like that are very staticky, and I feel like this is not the first time I got that problem with like the more recent Diamond Art Club kits, and I'm wondering why actually, because ever since they are doing them themselves, I have a lot of kits that have more like static in them. That was not the case earlier. Let me get a sip. Quick reminder for you as well to stay hydrated and get a sip. So yeah, a little bit of static in all of these baggies, not all of them, but most of them, which is quite annoying. I have a question for you guys, so if you're listening, when I watch other like YouTubers, they sometimes talk about these dryer sheets they are using for static. And I was wondering, like these dryer sheets, what exactly are they? Like, because we have here, is it something that I just like in my country is not used as much? I don't know. Is it like what I always use when I do like my laundry, for example? Is it this kind of stuff that you use for your laundry? Like a little thin paper that you throw in the machine with your clothes? Like we call it differently. It's like actually sheets that protect your clothes from the color that's washed off the clothes. So you put it in, it's white, and it comes out and it's gray or whatever color your clothes were that you were washing together. I'm using this especially because like I'm not like, I really hate to do thousands of different machines, like runs of the machine. So I always put like a lot of stuff together. Of course not everything, but like t-shirts I like throw in like everything. And I know I should not do that. Like I should do like one color and then the black, the darker colors, the clearer colors and so on, but I really can't. Like I don't have the time to do that. And I don't want to like waste all of that water or whatever. So I just put in everything. I usually put in a lot of different stuff. Like t-shirts all put together, and please don't judge me on that. It's just like I don't want to use all of that water and energy that you use for washing machine, just because I can't like and leave it like half full the machine. That's not what I like to do. I always put in everything, like a lot of different stuff. Like not all of different stuff, but I mean different colored stuff. So are these actually dryer sheets, like these little papers, or what are dryer sheets? Let me know in the comments down below. I should check them up actually. I should go on Amazon and have a look at it. I think I'm going to do that maybe later. We will see. Oh, I forgot an 8 there. Not bad. I will get it back at it. So yeah, this was what I was up to. This is what I read. I also like started another book. I actually started 2 other books, like one on my audiobook, like it's called, what is it called? Legends in Lade. It's one of these fantasy books. It's really funny. Like it's an easy read as well. So it's a fantasy world, okay? So again, like I love fantasy, you know that by now, I guess. But it's about a woman who wants to start, she's not really a woman, like she's not human, that's what I want to say. She's kind of an ogre or something like that. And she wants actually to start her life again, like she has been until now killing people, and that has been her life, and she has lived off that. And it was really easy life, but she wants to change. She wants to get like more peaceful life for herself. So one day she quits her job. She leaves like her fellowship, and she decides to just go like into a new city that she's chosen and open up a coffee bar, like a coffee shop. And once she gets there, like she discovers that she did not put as much thought into it as she thought initially. And so with the help of other people, she kind of slowly builds her shop, which we call Legends in Lade. Like it's not really called that, but it's a Lade shop. And yeah, you see the different people who are coming to her help. And of course, there's like a bad person as well. So there's like this organization that like in real life is like kind of wanting the money from the shops, like just a little bit like mafia. For security, and so they get to earn a lot of money from the back of the shops, and she does refuse to pay that money. She does not care about it. She says, I don't need your help, your protection, I can do that myself. And yeah, so one day though, they did not leave her alone, and she decides to call upon her old friends from the fellowship with which she had all these crazy adventures. And yeah, that's how the story actually goes. Let me see, I missed something, I think. And yeah, so this is how far I've been. So at the beginning, there were like very few customers, and slowly they are coming in more regularly. There is like, she has this succubus with her who is actually helping her out and who becomes like her partner in business. And then we also have like some ratkin who becomes like the baker, like he does sell cinnamon rolls and stuff. And we have a bard that is also appearing. We have a friend who did help her with the construction or the changes of the building that she bought for her shop. So really interesting and very cozy to read or listen to, rather, in my case. And I'm really enjoying that. Like it's moving on slowly, but you get a lot of description. The person, like the characters, are really fun though, so I'm really enjoying that one. Often when I watch my boyfriend like play League of Legends, I'm just like there watching him play and listening to my audiobook. That's really nice. Or I'm just like diamond painting and listening to it. Really funny as well. Yeah, so this is one of the books, and the other one that I just started is called Konbini, and it's from a Japanese author, and she's been living a quiet life, the author, and it's a little bit autobiography in the sense that she's talking about her life and her work in a konbini, which is kind of a supermarket. And you get her views of it. And let me show you actually the book, because I think it's really pretty. Here you go. So this is the book. I've been reading it in French. So it's called La Fille de la Supérette, but it has appeared under the name of Konbini. And there was like one part where she's describing how her life is. Like, she's saying she's a weird kid at the beginning. She'd never fit in because she was like this kid with weird ideas. The words seemed different for her, or it appeared different to her. Like, when she finds a dead bird, everyone, like, of the children was very sad about it. And she was like kind of the girl that says, "Oh, mom, look, there's a dead bird. Can we take it with us home?" And it's not like to bury it, but it's really to just eat it for her father because he likes chicken. So maybe this is some kind of chicken and he will like it. She's not like that sensitive, I would say. So she has been like kind of different, and she is not as great as building social relationships until when she's in high school, she decides to work at this combini. And she's there for the opening of it. And we see throughout the story that she's been there for nearly, like, I don't know, 18 years. And she just describes how life is there, what she's living there, how the day is. And there's one part that I find is really fascinating. Like, as an introvert myself, I feel like sometimes conversations can be quite awkward, especially if you don't know the people you have in front of you, or if you are placed into a big group. Like, I know that there are like two kind of people: the ones who are drained by like social activities, like myself. Like, I have this battery inside of me, and once it's like half full, I feel the tingling, and once it goes down even more, I feel like I get really nervous and I just want to go home and have like my me time, my quiet time. And you have like people who are the opposite, like who kind of fill up their battery by just being around other people. Maybe you have people in between. I'm not sure about that, but I just can tell you how I feel with my mother, who is like, I feel the different kind of person and who sometimes does not really understand how I feel. But for me, it's kind of draining. So I get it. I get where she's coming from when she says that when she's in a group of people, she sometimes does not know how to react or how to behave or how to be. And well, she says that she learned a lot during her experience, during her years in that combini. And let me play some drills, because otherwise I'm just talking and I'm not really saying anything. But I have finished this part. I just need to place down this color. So she's been talking about that, and she says that she has learned quite a lot while she's been working in there, and that she has like learned how to address people and how to react to different situations by just imitating people. And because she has worked there for quite a lot of time, she does notice that the people that are working there have kind of they start imitating each other after a while. Like, not entirely, but in some characteristics, the way they talk, like the words they use, maybe the rhythm they use, and so on. So actually we are just kind of reflecting what we see. And the fact that she says this, and she says that sometimes, yeah, I did use that expression or that gesture that I've seen from X or Y, and I'm just imitating it. And then she meets later on her friends who are always like spending time together, and she says that they also have like some parts where they are mimicking each other. And often it's something that we don't even notice, but it's something I found curious in the book, because I feel like that's true actually, that when we are like with someone a lot, we start behaving the same way, at least part of it. I mean, if you have been in a couple with someone, a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you start like using expressions that they use. You start seeing that you act the same way. And this is because you spend a lot of time together. And I feel also that this is how we actually build our way to communicate in some kind of way. Like, when you're young, it's known that you are getting a lot of the ways you're communicating from your parents, like what they are reflecting to you, like what you're living through, what the conditions are. You learn a lot. It's all about trauma as well, but I feel like this is some kind of way that you learn to behave. And later on through school, it's the same way. I remember that when I was like in high school, I never really liked my writing style. And I had like this neighbor, she was really nice. and she had such a nice handwriting, and I was like so jealous of it that I kind of tried to copy the parts that I liked. So even nowadays I still have a mixture of my own writing and a few letters that I took from her handwriting, and I just copy it down. So I mean, it's just like something simple, it's like something simple. But I feel like that our behavior, or like our way to communicate, the words that we use, is also something that we get from others. Sometimes we do it consciously, like for the example that I gave you with the letters, just because I thought it was beautiful and she enjoyed it and she was like, yeah, let's do it. So I just kind of started writing just like her in some parts. But sometimes we also do it like unconsciously, I feel like. A quick story about that, and then I'm going to finish it off. It's just like I remember when I was like starting teaching in my old high school, there was like, I still had like what we call maître de stage. So it was like a teacher that has been teaching for quite some time, and she was like going through the process of becoming a teacher with me. And so she also did come to see my classes I was making, preparing, and like teaching. And this throughout like 2 years. And when she was there, like she just said one day at the end of the year, yeah, you know what I noticed, that your like the kids that I have been teaching, they were like using some expressions that I always use when I talk as well. And she said that's not something bad, because like it's a higher level, like it's more of a higher standard of like the language I'm teaching. Okay, so somehow I don't know why, but the microphone did stop and the audio also did stop for the video. But what I wanted to say is, and the video will be soon finished, but anyway, she's also like kind of the girl in the book. She's also like kind of imitating people that she's seeing there, and like her friends or people at work. And I'm not really sure if this is like something that's good or bad. But when she does this, she feels like she does give like reactions that other people would expect her to do, but that's not really her. And she says that this does make her feel like a human, like a real human. She was talking and kind of reacting to it, and then she does not react like she usually would, but she reacted like she think the other was liking it. And I think this is kind of, I think she has not found herself yet at that time, but I know that there are some people who find comfort in imitating people's reactions as well. They know that they will be liking it. And the fun part is that she is actually saying that she played her role as a human being quite well, because everyone was like so happy about how she reacted. It was something that they did not expect from her, but they are like really enjoying it, and that gives her like this intimacy with them as well. So that's creating a bond to react the way that someone wants you to react. But then again, I feel like it's not really you in this kind of way. So I'm really torn between it. Is what she's doing, is that the right way? Is it the wrong way? So I don't know. Like, I'm philosophing here a little bit. I'm talking too much. But yeah, this is the book I'm currently reading. Very, very short. I will keep you updated on it. I'm not really half through, but I feel like I can finish this off like this week, and maybe I'll talk to you a little bit more about it next week. So this is it. I finished like my part. I did not know if I want to move on, but I've been talking about half an hour already. So I think for today, it's fine with me. I'll try to update you guys a little bit more regularly, except if there's something that comes up in life, so you know how it goes. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you like it, please consider giving it a thumbs up. This would really help me out, make my channel grow. I also want you to tell that there will be like a tarot week on our shop, so if you're interested in our shop, you can have a look at that. Like always, new releases get 10% off, and we have currently like 2 sales. Happy Halloween. Just use the code, please, and you will get, like, if you buy 2 Halloween kits, you will get 15% off. Same goes for Men Who Rock. Like, since we're sponsors of this amazing event, please join in. It's really amazing. If you have a picture from our shop or wherever it does come from, that's great. Just join in to make it a fun event. It's all about men who rock, like, no, but man and male figures. And so yeah, you can actually like participate in that. And we have our collection where you also get 15% off, and there are some of our tarot cards who also fit for Men Who Rock, where you will get 15% off if you use the code Men Who Rock. Otherwise it will be 10% off, so don't miss out, and don't miss out a code. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave a comment if you feel like you have something to say, or you have something to tell me about, like maybe these paper sheets for the static. I would be happy if someone could explain. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye, and have a nice week. Bye bye.